Take two, because I looked crazy swatting at something in my hair that I think was just candle wax. But hi, good night, good evening, buenas noches. It's Saturday night, and it's Saturday night, and I've had kind of a blah emotional day, and then I started to see some other posts on the group and decided to jot down thoughts on support and the importance of supporting each other. So tonight also I spread out my quotes through the different parts of the message so that they apply, because it's kind of a message about getting support from people, giving it to people. And sometimes when we are in a situation in our life where there's a complete lack of support. And so the quotes kind of jump around. But my first one is from good old Mr. Rogers, from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. The world needs a sense of worth, and it will only achieve it by its people feeling that they are worthwhile. Mr. Rogers. So everyone needs support, and you would be surprised how many people are actually seeking support in their everyday lives. Not just me. Like I said, I've noticed some posts on the group page tonight. One from Brian, who is, going crazy looking for houses, being apart from his wife and having his father-in-law be like his helper, his motivator, his extra pair of eyes. Like, that's exactly, support. And I just kind of think about starting in our childhood. We're taught, or we naturally seek support and give support to our family members. When you started a new school, you wanted the support of mom and dad or your best friend to tell you everything's going to be okay, or a new sport, or joining a club on your own without your friend. Even in childhood, you seek support from people. And as adults, think about how many friends in your lives are seeking support of some kind. For example, if you're getting married, I know every woman who has been married has definitely sought the support of her best friend. Getting a new job or having children, you constantly seek support, especially with children, from your husband or your partner, and the friends in your village who have had a child before. As breakups, divorce, we naturally are going to reach out to people, and as friends to these people, we're naturally going to go out and try to support them, be there for them. And then, there's the example of myself with starting a new business. You definitely want to get the support from people that you naturally lean to get it, because if you are making a big decision with your life and there's crickets for support, I think a lot of people would tend to think, holy crap, that's a bad idea. And so I'm kind of at this weird place, and I'm sharing it with you guys. There's this really fine line where sometimes if we don't have the support that we are seeking, and we have the confidence to know that our idea, and this is for everybody again, that our idea deserves the shot, you have to be able to do it without the support. So it's kind of like a fine line there, right? You have the feeling of they think it's a bad idea, or are they busy? So sometimes it's so important to have enough confidence in yourself to not need a cheerleader, to not need someone to push you and push you and push you. That's Wyatt in there. He's fine. He's probably wrestling Super Grover. So another quote I wrote down by Audrey Hepburn. Remember, if you ever need a helping hand, you'll find one at the end of your arm. As you grow older, you will discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself, the other for helping others. And again, that's Audrey Hepburn. And a very important quote to me as I've gotten older and grown up. I'm 37. I've had friends who I've seen in situations where, you know, you just want them to fight for themselves or get out of a bad relationship or just have the confidence to go for it. And so a quote I really like is by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I hope you live a life you're proud of. If you find that you are not, I hope that you have the strength to start all over again. Because you can always start all over again. So I really, really enjoyed and always enjoy that quote. And today I had the type of day that I think maybe a lot of women out there might relate to. It's the type of day that I don't have often. Maybe once a month, once every other, let's be honest. Okay, yeah, probably once a month. But anyways, it's not me today. I just, whatever. I had one of those days where I just felt like there was a lack of support and I wanted to seek appreciation. And the seeking appreciation part is something I really, really, really don't like about myself. Just me personally, I as soon as I find myself saying, it, you know, support me, I feel like it's a way of saying pay attention to me. And I don't like to feel that way. So when I find myself being like, pay attention to me, I'm more mad at myself than anything else. And then I wanted to tell you guys what do I consider providing support to somebody. You know, if you have someone who is sick and they're your friend, chances are if they're your good friend, they're sick, they've brought you medicine and stuff before when you were sick. So something as simple as sharing a text, sending a text saying, thinking of you, hope you feel better. That's being supportive. If someone's going through a hard time, a way to be supportive is to just ask questions, offer, you know, support. Don't tell them what to do. The random I'm thinking of you text just goes a really long way. And even if you don't have time to call your friends and be like, let me dedicate 45 minutes, just showing support is as simple as sending a text and being interested. Or telling someone you're proud of them. A random text, I'm proud of you. It really goes a long way. You know, I think in this day and age, people want to be like, oh, I hate texting, or it's so impersonal. I think I can agree with that sometimes. But the busier I get, not with just the business, but just with life, I try my best to, when I find myself thinking about somebody, to shoot them a text. Because 9 out of 10 times I'm not in a position to call that person and say, I'm thinking of you, just telling people you're proud of them, sending them a random text, it just really goes far. A great example of it was this morning, a former boss of mine who is definitely my mentor and everything I'm doing right now, Doug Kale. I woke up to a text from him this morning that said something like, I am proud of you for your entrepreneurship skills. It takes a lot of self-confidence to do what you're doing. He doesn't have to text me again for like 2 weeks. That meant the world to me. So I just wanted to end it with a quote. For anyone who feels like they're going through something where they are not getting that little bit of support that they are seeking. And just remember that everybody's busy. I have to add that. Everybody is so busy. But for the people who are going for something like a business or going through something big with their lives, and they don't have a lot of people to talk to about it, you know, let it be a legal situation or a custody thing or a divorce or an abusive situation, and you can't find the kind of support you think you need. I found a quote, and it is unknown. The author of it is unknown. but it's really awesome. And it says, maybe it's not supposed to be easy for you. Maybe you're one of the rare few people who can handle tough times and still choose to be a loving person. Maybe it's how it's going because you're built for it. Don't stress a thing. It's going to work out because you're not going to stop putting the work in. And so I'm going to just end it with that and say, you know, a lot of times on Instagram, I'll use the hashtag be brave. And it means so much to me. And it's usually with me or Emily if we're doing something that's you know, causing us to stir up our courage. It's be brave. So count on yourself. Count on yourself, and everybody else is an amazing blessing of support. But you have to be confident in the things that you do. Confident enough to take the leap without cheerleaders if your gut tells you it's worth it. I think I've gotten better about hiding my hands because they're just... So remember, count on yourself. Everyone else is just an extra blessing. So remember to pray for the ones you love and pray for the ones who don't love you. Support your friends. Anything that they need. It's part of this village, you know. Check on them. It doesn't take 45 minutes. It doesn't even take a minute to send a text to let someone know you're thinking of them. You're there for them. Okay? Especially during COVID, you can't go by and hang out and drink a beer. Not that I could, but... So, all right. Keep praying. Good night.